Live. Hello, it's me again. It's me. I know that it's going to be telling people I am live, but I am back again with another transformation testimonial from another OG from the divine. And oh, so cute. She's messaged me on WhatsApp. She needs a link. How do I add somebody? Wait. I did say it was on. Here she is. Right, I've invited her to come into the live, so let's see if it works. So I am back with another client. Oh, hi. I was making conversation.
Oh, sorry, was I meant to come in then? It just said you wanted me to join.
Oh yeah, no, I did, but it didn't give me an invite, so you were just like, boom. Oh, hi.
I'm sorry.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I feel like I haven't spoken to you in forever.
It has been forever, I think.
Yeah. Oh, it's so nice to like catch up with people though, doing these lives. Like it's really nice. So tell the people like who you are when you done the divine. Just give a little introduction.
Okay, so I'm Charlie. When I first came into contact with Lydia, I was in a very low place. I just separated from a long-term relationship, started completely afresh on my own, moved into my own place with my two sons, and was just at a place where I didn't feel there was any comeback from. I didn't think I was ever going to survive really on my own because I'd never really been on my own before. I'd moved to Liverpool, away from everyone I knew, all my family, all my friends, to be in this relationship. So when it ended, I was left practically with no one but my children. So I had no one to turn to, no one to discuss my feelings with, and I was in a really dark place, to be honest.
What was your reason for, thank you for sharing that, by the way.
Okay.
What was your reason for signing up to the divine?
I think it was just my lack of understanding of what self-love was. I was honest from the beginning, I did not have the foggiest of what it was, what it entailed. I never did anything for myself. My world revolved around my partner and my children. So I didn't know how to do things for me. I couldn't have, if someone said to you what self-care was or what self-love was, I would have been stumped. I couldn't have told anybody what it was because I never took time out to do a single thing for myself. So I that's why I needed to learn how to care for myself again, rather than my world constantly being caring for other people.
Yeah, I love that, because I don't love that you felt like that, but I love what you say because your transformation video is one that I just use over and over again because it's just so powerful for that reason. Was there any objections before you joined the divine?
I think obviously the financial side was an issue for me because I was so used to never financially investing in myself ever. Like for me, financially investing in myself was getting my hair done every other month or getting my nails done. And I said one of the things when we first met is I would spend thousands of pounds on my appearance, like my teeth and my hair and Botox, but I never invested in myself mentally of how I felt inside to make myself feel any better mentally. Like it was always good putting this front on and this shell of smiling at the world, thinking, I'm making the effort physically, like in my appearance, but in my head, I was a completely different person. And I think having the ability to financially invest in my own mental health was massive for me. And I did feel guilty for a while after joining up because of the financial impact it had, but it didn't really, when I thought about it, it was like, okay, I just won't have takeaways for a few months, or I won't get my nails done because I had to make myself mentally better before I could even work on my appearance and my physical side. Because no matter how much I spent on my appearance and buying things for myself or getting my hair done, I was never feeling any better.
Okay. What made you push through that objection with the money? Like, what made you just go, I'm doing it?
Because I had to. My own goal was I had to for myself to make me a better person and a better mum. I've always said I've always been a fantastic mum to the boys. They've always come, I've always tried to put them first. But for this time, I had to put myself first to be able to even be better for them. Because if I wasn't invested in myself, I was just not giving them a good example of what, I could be to them. I knew there was more in me that I could give to them, and I had to just take that leap. I had to.
Mm. And what was your experience in the divine? How did you find it?
Oh God, I could be here all day telling you. Oh my word, I found myself. That's all I can say. I now
Love that.
I know who I am. Like, I actually ended up back in the relationship that ended. But I'm a completely different person within that relationship now. I have my own presence in that relationship. So I have the ability to say no, where before everything was yes, 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 to try and please people or serve them or give them something. But now it's like, am I gaining something out of this, whether it, be emotional or mental? If I'm not gaining anything out of it and I don't feel it's, part of the investment I put in myself, I will say no. And I've never, ever done that before. And not only that, like, I've got the most amazing girls around me still to this day.
I love that.
Hannah, Renee, Megan, Chloe, we're all communicating still. Up to now, there's only myself, Hannah and Renee that I've met. And we meet as regularly as we can. But, like, we're still part of a group, so we still chat as much as we can, the five of us. We're just arranging off Christmas night out, and
wow, that's amazing.
But I know at the drop of a hat, if I message any of those girls, I've always got a response. They've always got advice. They've always got my back. They're just the most amazing girls in the world, and I don't think I could imagine my life now without them. It's like they've been part of my life forever.
Wow. Oh my God, that was so emotional.
Yeah,
That's so nice.
amazing. They are the amazing girls, and I feel like I just feel honoured to have them in my life, and to know that we went through such a transformation together has just put that bond that I don't think will ever be broken.
Oh, that's so nice. And I hope they're still doing all the self. I know Hannah's watching, so Hannah, if you want to come give me a little update, feel free to. But I did speak to Hannah recently, actually, and because she put something up on Instagram, and I sent her a message, and she was like, I would never have been able to do this if it wasn't for the divine. And it was like a massive thing that she done in her life. And I was like, oh my God, that makes me so, like, just so emotional. What was your expectations coming into the divine compared to what it actually was? Because I feel like a lot of people think it's something, but then when they're in it, they're like, oh my God, this is not what I expected, in a good way.
Yeah, I don't know if I had any expectations, because I didn't really know, like I said, what self-love was or self-worth. I didn't even know what that was. So I think I just felt this is going to make me better. It's going to make me feel better. And it did, but a gazillion times more than I ever imagined possible, because I don't know, it's really hard to explain, because only I could do it.
Yeah.
And I expected people like yourself or to step in and automatically make me feel better. But it wasn't. Only I could do it. And it was like, it wasn't just, what they say, you sit there and you go, oh no, I'm going to have a good day. I had a good day. And it wasn't because someone else came in and made me feel better. I did it for me. And I was waking up every day doing my positive affirmations. I'm going to have a good day. This is going to happen today. I'm going to have a good outcome of this. And it wasn't just affecting me. It was affecting everyone around me, because of the changes I was making in myself. Like going into the divine, I ended up going for a job that I'd never would have gone for before, because I had the confidence to go and do it. And I'm still in that job now and doing really well. Like, me and my son kickbox together, and I now have the confidence. We do it at a really high level, become English champion. And
wow.
Yeah, because I've just got the confidence now to think, do you know what? I don't care what anyone thinks, how old I am. I went and got my nose pierced. I wanted to get that done since I was in college. And I just thought one day, so why people think I'm too old? I'm getting it done. And I went and got it done, you know, and I don't care what anyone's perceptions of me are anymore. As long as I'm happy and I'm loving myself for who I am at this very moment in time, then I don't care what anyone else thinks, because their opinion of me is their choice. It's not, I can't change that opinion. I just love who I am.
I love this so much. What would you say to anyone who's on, and I asked Chelsea this question, who's on the cusp of joining, who's in that moment where they're like, oh, I don't know. What would your advice be to them?
Take the leap. Just do it. You'll find a way of affording it, of, you know, cutting back on things if you have to, because in the long run, you only have to cut back for a couple, you know, however many months it's affordable for you. But in the long run, like I'm now a year on, and
wow, long.
Yeah, I think it's about, I'm sure it's about a year, because I think me and the girls have been friends for about a year, because I remember last Christmas, me, Beanie and Hannah all went out for something to eat. And so it's definitely a year on now. And I'm still benefiting from this a year on. And I can't see any point in the future me not continuing to benefit from this course, you know, because I've always got it. Like I said, I think when me and my partner got back together again, I did take a real dive again, I think, of, am I doing the right thing? You know, am I just going to head back where I was? And you've got the stuff to constantly go back on. So I went back on it. I wrote a letter to myself. I journaled for a little while. You know, I did my affirmations of what I wanted from this. It wasn't because someone wanted me to be back. It's, did I want to be there? You know, am I gaining from this? And I, you know, and so parts of it I still do. I still read back on my journaling from right at the beginning and see the transformation I've made, and just the language that I used initially. It was so negative and, you know, attack. Like, don't get me wrong, I still have issues sometimes where I start mentally attacking myself. But then I sit back and I think, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You know what I mean? You've become this badass woman now, so stop going back to that little frightened girl that you was, or that, you know, when you first began. Like, stand up for yourself now, and you've got enough people in this world that'll break you down. You don't need to do it to yourself.
No.
If anyone's going to love you, you've got to love yourself.
Yeah. You know what's been the most incredible thing doing these is like speaking to people a year on and seeing how this program is still impacting them, because obviously once we go, I follow you all on social media, so like I know what you're up to, but we don't have these types of conversations. Yeah. So this is just so amazing to hear.
Like, you've got the tools forever.
Yeah, you have.
And there's nothing to say you can't go back and reuse them. It's not a failure. It's just you recognizing that you need to take that time for yourself again and reconnect to yourself.
Yeah. How did you find it? You know, you had no sense of self-love, so how did you find it coming into my world and it being as deep as what it was? Some people, I think.
Yeah, I found it really difficult. Like I said, right at the beginning when I started the journaling, I was still very negative towards myself. So I was all, I'm in this self-love journey, and I was like, but then as soon as it comes to writing things down and being really true with myself, I was still being very negative.
Yeah.
And I think it was when we got to the forgiveness part of the course that everything really came home for me. And it wasn't about forgiving other people for me. It was about forgiving myself for all the things I put myself through, and, you know, the silly things you do as a teenager with eating disorders and self-harm. And I just thought, no, and that's when I really when it all hit home for me. And that's when I really started I really started realizing what I had been doing leading up to that point, and it sort of all clicked. And it just got higher. My self-belief, my self-love, my self-confidence, everything just spiraled from that point, I think. And it just went up and up and up.
Yeah. If you could, last question, if you could sum up the Divine in a few words, how would you sum it up, the program, in your experience?
Unreal. Life-changing. It's, you know, it's hard when I know a couple of people who I've suggested this to, and And I know it is a lot of them. Again, it's the financial side of it, but I just don't think you could pay enough to do what I went through, to have what I went through, and develop, the relationships I have now with the girls, and the relationship I have with myself now. That, if I feel something's damaging me again, and I just step away now, where before I'd fight and fight and fight and fight and fight to try and make things better. I always felt like it was my job to make everything better, to work at it, put the work in, because then I felt like a failure if things didn't work. But now if it doesn't work, okay, try again, something else.
Oh, Charlie. It's so nice. It really is. And it makes me, I don't know, I just feel like all kinds of grateful. Like, I just can't believe I created the program impact. I literally cannot believe it. Even a year later, it blows my mind. So thank you for coming on and sharing.
You're welcome.
And being so honest. And
if anybody's even thinking twice about doing this, they need to take that leap. Just have that faith in yourself to know that this is going to be worth more than anything you can ever imagine.
Yeah, and I think that's like what's hard to get across sometimes, is because self-love is so popular. So I know people think, or I know some conversations that I've had, people think, oh, the price that it is because it's self-love, but they assume the self-love that they might see. And it's me trying to get that across of like, no, it's not like any other program. It's so different and it's so life-changing. That's why I decided to just get you guys on. So thank you. You've said a million things that I could never put across.
No, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. It was
problem.
so nice. Yeah.
You too.
Speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh my God, wasn't that just so much? Can't get Wow. Like, I literally have created a program with this impact. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And on that note, I am going to be in my fields and soak up this level of gratitude for the program that I have created that is still having that impact on women a year later. And yeah. Oh my God. Goodbye.